just commit. Like, what do you got to lose? Literally just commit. Stay consistent with it. Like, who cares what everyone else thinks? I mean, I work with a lot of younger artists, and one of the main things they come to me and say is they're scared what their school friends are going to think of them posting online. I'm like, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, honestly, who cares? Literally, who cares? Just post online. Like, I'm working with an artist now that's just going crazy on social media, and now she's just on road touring, and she pretty much has been touring the whole year and is touring for the next few months, all because she just put it on the line and committed. And she's just turned 20 and she doesn't work a day job. She's like pretty much living off this stuff now. It's just because she committed.
I think the best piece of advice I could give for someone who is wanting to get into the music industry is don't set a time limit on anything. You know, you're wanting to get into music, you are doing it because you love it. Don't set a time limit on anything. Find your craft, put time and effort into your craft, and then the best piece of advice I could give for someone that's already in the music industry, just keep going. Consistency, be persistent. Remember, always the main reason why you got into music in the first place, it's because you love it, plain and simple.
I'll give you guys a little bit of story. So my advice is literally the same advice, right? When I initially started doing events, people didn't really, believe in the projects because no one would go to a sneaker event, no one would attend this event. And I didn't listen to anyone because I wasn't doing it for the people that were giving these advices. I was doing it for the people just like me that I see every day that just want to come together and share a moment, connect, meet people, network, and have a good time. So I booked RSC Arena, which was so expensive. And once I booked it, then I realized, oh, I have no money. So now what are we gonna do? That motivated me to just like find reason more people to connect. Shoes wasn't enough, so I had to involve basketball. Basketball wasn't enough, so I had to involve music. Music wasn't enough, so I had to involve every guy that love burgers. And we ended up creating a concept that I guess, we created out of nothing, even though in America it's super big, but in Australia we never had anything like that before. And we just brought everybody together and people loved it. That was 2021 during COVID. And now we are partnering up with NBL and the W government to host the biggest basketball festival in the country. And we're still going because obviously we want to represent Perth, we want to represent Australia, we want to create this culture, we want you guys, the kids, and everybody else, and anyone else that want to have something to do to just see us as a point of reference. What we're doing today can inspire you to do better than us tomorrow, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole point. We're not here to stay. We're all here temporary. So if we can learn from each other and just be better as a community, that's the point. That's all.
Always hard to go last on these when everyone's still having good ideas, but all very good advice, and particularly the time advice that if you're doing music because you love it, you shouldn't be kicking yourself after a year or two of things aren't going perfectly. Enjoy what you do, lean into the parts that you enjoy, and then the time is kind of irrelevant in a way. But I think similar to what Rachel said, my advice is always you've got to climb the huge mountain. Like, you've got to put yourself out there, you've got to pick up the phone and call people. We've got Rachel on this panel who runs a distribution company in Perth, which is essentially unheard of. So if you're an up-and-coming artist and you've never met Rachel, you should be going to say hi to her at the end of this, and even if that's cringe, even if you struggle with that, even if that's not your natural thing. So you've just got to find a way to push through it. We're all pushing through it up on a panel today. And once you find a way through, and once you push through the cringe and put yourself forward and make sure you meet people, make sure you do the networking, as horrible as it can be sometimes, that's what'll get you through, and that's what'll help you through.
Yeah, all very good. Very good advice to someone starting and someone already in the industry. I think my takeaway would be find what you're willing to do, and if you are willing to take the harder path in life and say, I'm going to be an artist, are you willing to put in everything? And, for some people, they might not want to put their face in front of a camera, but then just be honest with yourself, I am not willing to do that. And then perhaps, being a huge artist isn't your thing, and maybe you want to be a sound engineer, or maybe you want to be an agent. Find your willing and stick to it, and, there's no shame in not being willing, but just admit it, be realistic with yourself. All right, now I've got a little bit of an audience takeaway. So I think today we've heard a variety of really good topics that are important for artists to kind of familiarize themselves with. We've heard some more of the big picture thinking about creating a community and creating people, and then we've also gone down to some like really practical strategies. I'd just like to say a big thank you for all of you guys for joining. I hope everyone got something out of today, and I think it's important that these conversations are had, and that there is an understanding that WA has some fantastic opportunities out there, and if you're an artist, don't feel discouraged. Get out there, build your own communities. Like each one of these people's done it. Peter's done it in Sydney. Dager's doing it. Just don't be afraid. Thanks everyone for coming. And just for the agenda, I think after this we're gonna take a quick photo. Strucky's gonna get to DJing, and then we're gonna kick off the Pass the Mic WA. Peter wants to say something.
This is Willem's first time ever doing this. He did an amazing job. I want to thank Owen, came on such short notice, and Rachel. Michael gave all the artists free clothes from Street X all weekend, and Jamal helped us put this whole thing together. So thank you to all these people. They put in like their time and effort on such short notice, and it means a lot to us. So we really appreciate it. And keep going, Perth, and let's party tonight.
Should we do a photo?